What foam roller is the best and which is right for me?
Hi, I'm William Fuller, certified massage therapist, wellness educator and founder of Vision Body Mind. And many of my clients here in San Francisco, they're always wondering which foam roller is the best for them. Now, I do therapeutic massage, so it's a little bit more uncomfortable, so they're kind of used to that. So their assumption is that the best one is the one that hurts the most. But that is not the case, and the reason why that's definitely not the case is because if it's too uncomfortable, then you're going to subconsciously start to avoid it. We either move towards pleasure or we move away from pain. So if it's too uncomfortable, you'll do it 1 or 2 times during the week, but then naturally you're just going to start to shy away from it. You'll start coming up with excuses like you didn't have time, or that you're just kind of tired today, sore today. What I try to do as much as possible is encourage my clients to start to work it into a small routine or a habit. Just 5 minutes while you're watching Netflix, catching up on your latest, or Hulu. I'm not favoring Netflix, or catch up on any of your other TV providers are available. But what's important is that you start to get into a routine of foam rolling, because it's not so much about how do you release the tension. That's not a challenge. That's just a case of time. But the question is, how do you keep the tension from coming back? And that's why the foam rolling is so important for you to do it in between any kind of therapeutic massage or any kind of treatment that you're doing. If you're working alongside a doctor, then make sure you check with them first that foam rolling is okay. But which is the best foam roller for me? What one is the best and which is the right one for me? Well, what I'm going to say is the best one is the one that you feel most comfortable using, the one that you're going to start to get into a regular pattern and feels comfortable. Now, they're relatively cheap. If you're new to foam rolling and you wanted to get going with this, what I recommend, let's start with real basics. I prefer just kind of a flat foam roller. The reason for that is the recent research that shows that the best massage technique is kind of a slow, broad pressure on the myofascial tissue. We've got 2 layers of fascia there, superficial and a layer between. We've got liquid in between that. The liquid either gets dry and the tissue gets stuck down, or that liquid turns into kind of a sticky honey-like substance. So what we can do when we're foam rolling, if we're trying to get to that superficial fascial layer, we're trying to squeeze that fascia, then we can move that liquid out. What the body does is it then replaces that with fresh liquid and more liquid. So what it does is it allows that movement to take place that much more effectively. Or if you're trying to get to the deeper myofibrils or the muscle tissue there in the bottom, then you can just apply a little bit more pressure and you can get to that deeper tissue. But because it is a broad surface, it's very effective at just really getting that big broad fascia like the quadriceps or the calf muscles there. Then it's very effective for that. So the black one is going to be the firmest one, so that's going to be the one that's most uncomfortable. It's not about trying to power your way through this, as I've said before. If you start to sense that it's too painful or too uncomfortable, you're going to start to avoid it. It's going to start to feel sore. So you're much better off getting into a good routine and starting to do it on a regular basis. So the firmest is the hardest. So if you're an athlete, somebody that trains every day, a weekend warrior, particularly tight, this is going to be a good one for you. However, if that feels like that might be a little bit too firm, and when you get a massage and you say to the massage therapist, when they ask you how do you like your tension or how do you like your pressure, and you say, well, medium, then what I recommend is you go for a blue foam roller, which is a white foam roller, which is the softest one, encased with this firmer blue outside material. And then the white foam roller is the softest one you can get. So if you've got particularly tight calves, you're a runner, something along those lines, then maybe go for the black one because you're going to release that tension a little bit more. If you're first time to foam rolling, a little bit more squeamish with the uncomfortableness, then maybe get a white one. If you're unsure, then get the blue one, which is in between. But what's important, these are like $20-30. You don't have to make your decision straight away. There's going to be questions like, do I get the one with the knobbly bits on it? Shall I get a vibrating one? Shall I get the one that's like PVC pipe? There's so many you can do, and you can geek out on it quite easily. What I suggest is, if you're new to it, just kind of start off easy with some of the cheaper ones. Get into a bit of a routine. It's still effective. And remember, what I'm saying is what's effective is you continuously using it on a repeated basis. Chances are you're going to kind of use one or two different foam rollers, but there's no point spending $200-300 on a foam roller and using it twice. Or like one of my clients, it is now a very expensive alarm clock stand in the corner of her room. Okay, great. Well, thank you very much for joining me today. I hope that cleared things up a little bit there for you, getting lost in the loophole, which is Amazon or Google as far as which foam roller to buy. But it is very important you to take this step and start working with the right foam roller. But take it easy to begin with. You can check out my website, visionbodymind.com, where you're going to find a lot more resources, free resources as well, on how you can really start to work with tension. Remember, prevention is better than cure. We're not really looking to just keep foam rolling, releasing the tension, but then recreating that tension again. So it is important that you start to think about what is actually creating this tension in the first place. And for that, what I argue and what I like to move towards, first of all, is kind of our biomechanics, daily biomechanics. And for that, a lot of us have poor awareness. So trying to build our awareness about it. And that's why you'll find on the Vision Body Mind website, there is a free 5-day posture challenge. It's just 5 very short audios, just a couple of minutes each. You listen to it each day. It's a meditation series that guides you through so you can start to build your awareness about your body. Because you can keep foam rolling, say your calves, but if it turns out that what you're doing is tucking your foot underneath the chair during the day, you're just shortening that calf muscle during the day, and you might not even be realizing you're doing that. So step number 1, get the awareness into the body, start to learn about the body, what's creating the tension in the first place. It's going to save you time foam rolling, it's going to save you money with massages and more expensive foam rollers. And it's going to start to bring your awareness to what's the cause of your tension, not just treating the symptoms. Okay, great. Well, thank you for joining me today. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel if you would like to know a little bit more information about preventing tension or working with tension from a certified massage therapist of 10 years or so. You can also share this information on social media if you found it helpful. Okay, great. Well, thank you for joining me here today, and here's to having a happy, healthy, active life.